Yeah, we can. Howdy, folks. What's going on? This is the Outlaw Hatfield here. And looks like we are live. Um, with me at the moment is Dano. I've got other invites out there. We want to see who shows up and when. I've got some invites out, so.
And what Ellis means by that is that I am not enough to do an hour-long interview show enough with just me.
Yes,
so needs other people.
No, I could do a show with just you. I could do a show with just anybody. I've done shows with just Night Strike. So there you have it.
There you go.
Proof positive. Proof positive. I could do a show with just anybody. Oh, Lord.
Or at least you can talk about, Carolina things.
Well, see, that's the problem. I haven't really lived in Carolina long enough to be able to discuss Carolina things. I don't know a whole hell of a lot about the Carolinas.
That's right. Where are you from exactly?
Well, I was born in West Virginia, but I have lived in many, many other states. Kentucky, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, New York, Oklahoma. I've been all over the place.
But I'm going to take a guess that the majority of your core education occurred in the South.
Pretty much, yeah.
And the reason I say that is because you speak like you never left it.
Even when I went to New York, they were telling me that I was going to lose this accent. And no. It's, it's like my sister always tells people, if you don't like the way I sound, don't listen to me. And, if you don't like the way I talk, you ain't got to listen. You can walk away. And it's who I am, and I'm not the least bit ashamed to say I'm from the Southern United States. In fact, I'm rather proud of that. So.
Well, it has nothing to do with being proud or being ashamed. It's just, it is a difference, period.
Oh, yeah, it is definitely a difference. And, I've noticed that over the years that accents and, the way people use language in general is different from state to state. And even in certain parts of each state. They in the northern parts of West Virginia, which is where I was born, they do not talk the same way as we do in the southern half of the state. It's just it's like going from one world to another. And
now, I did have an interesting conversation one time with two men. One guy was in his mid to late 20s. The other guy was in his mid 60s. Both of them were from the South. One was a professional PhD administrator of a hospital system. The other one, I can't recall what the younger man was doing. The younger man had a light accent. The older gentleman did not. And when it was just the three of us, I don't know how, but somehow this is one of my tactical response outings last year, where I was down in the team room, and somehow we got on the subject of the South and speaking Southern and things like that, and they told me things that I was unaware of, because I spent all my life up in the North, and that now this was just two people down there who were from two different Southern states, that when they hear a Northerner say, I'm just going to make up an example. Well, that's something that they just do down in the South, is that's inferred as being a negative thing, as if there's something wrong with it, versus, oh, that's something they do in the South and that's a good thing, when they hear that from a Northerner saying it.
Uh-huh.
And the one guy who had the PhD said, now everybody I went to high school with, and then like flipping a switch, he switched the way he was talking, talk like I am, and then he was doing his natural accent from where he grew up. And he said, but I would not be accepted at a professional level to the same degree that I would be if I don't talk like that.
Oh no! They hear this accent and they automatically think, okay, this guy's an idiot. He is uneducated, and you know, you can't trust a word he says because he can't know what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You and most of the people that will listen to this show will know that there is a lot of people on gun channels that come from the southern United States, and even though they might have thick accents, they are quite intelligent. In fact, most of them are far more intelligent than I will ever hope to be.
Now,
So,
when it comes to, and this is something that I had told those two guys, that when it comes to like making assumptions when you first meet some people, it's like in the real world, it's how do they look, how are they dressed, how do they speak, how do they carry themselves, in that first 2 minutes. Not that your opinion can't change, but you get an impression of somebody.
oh yeah, that first opinion of someone is the one that normally sticks with them, though.
And I can't speak for all Northerners. I can only speak for myself in the way that what I was told and educated is, it's not an accent that someone has for me that I get the impression that they are either smart or not so smart, or educated or uneducated. It's the words they use and the way they use them, not the accent of which they enunciate.
Makes sense.
So whether it's somebody from Mexico who's speaking English, or somebody who's from Texas, or somebody's from Florida or the Carolinas or Kentucky, and so I was actually quite surprised when they felt that Northerners were judging them. That was kind of their gut feel for having a Southern accent. And then when I explained that, of course, I'm only a data point of one, that it's not the accent that's being judged. It's even another Northerner. It's the words you use and the way you use them.
Yeah, and I've noticed that as well. And the thing about that is this: um, most Southern people don't think about how they use their words. We just blurt it out there.
Mm-hmm.
And it sometimes come across as, well, not so intelligent, or not quite as educated as they should have been. But that's generally not the case. It's more like, it's the way that grandpa and grandma talked, it's the way that mom and dad talked, it's the way that aunts and uncles talk. So that's the way we talk, and we don't think about it. We don't give it that second thought. Okay, this word is these words need to be lined up in this way to make any kind of sense. But you know, we will say "yont to" in a heartbeat, and
Mm-hmm.
either you're going to figure out what we're saying or you're not. You know,
Right.
yeah. It's like looking at somebody and say, "I remember when he was knee high to a grasshopper."
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Northerners won't get that reference right off the bat. It takes them a second to for
Well,
that to click
Hollywood
in.
is propagated that saying pretty well, so I think most people understand it.
Oh, you would be surprised, because I remember saying that to when I was, in my 20s, and people would look at me like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
And that may be a difference because I come from an older generation of Northerners
Yeah, that might be it too.
versus
Uh,
a Northerner who's in their 20s and 30s now has a different mass media framework of which to draw upon as far as what Hollywood has produced and what they've been exposed to.
yeah. Let's take a minute, give a shout out, see who all's out here listening to us. First, we have Midnight Range. How you doing, Midnight? Guns for Girls. Hey, how are you? Gunpowder Beauty. How are you? RL's out there. Let's see who else. C4 Defense. RL, you're making yourself known. Flippy, how you doing, Flippy? Cycle Camp, how you doing, Cycle? Ghost Tactical's out there. How you doing, Ghost? Ghost, I sent you an invite. If you want to jump in here, it's there waiting on you in the gun channel side, buddy.
Hello?
And that sounded like a night strike. That was a night strike. How you doing, buddy?
That is. Is my mic working?
Yep.
Yes.
I've been having problems with Google all day, so I guess it's catching up to me.
Let's see who else we got out here. We got Rich White. How you doing, Rich? The Travi Collective. You know, that's sad. That's so sad. And Alaskan 556. How you doing, guys? Who we got listening over on the gun channel side here? We got G Webbs. Nice strike, you're over there too, buddy. Chris Miranda, Gavin Dano, and the Pink Panther. How you doing, Pink? So, looks like Clay's over on the gun channel.
I'm everywhere.
You are everywhere, and you invade everybody's shows.
Not necessarily wanted, but he's everywhere.
No, we want him. We want him. Yeah, he calls Ghost He calls Ghost the 2-bit content creator. Well, he's the 2-bit interloper.
Well, here's the thing. It's not that I don't get links. I mean, if they didn't want me on their show, I wouldn't get links. So everybody sends me a link to their show. So I guess I jump on everybody's show because it's not like they're withholding the join link.
What it is, Night Strike, is we need the comic relief.
I guess so.
And you're very good at that. So you have a future in comedy if you ever fail at anything else.
Now, I am interested, since Night Strike has just joined us, and you may or may not necessarily have heard of what we were just discussing. Have you spent most of your life in the South? I know you spent some of it in Georgia, in another state, but I wasn't sure how much.
Okay. Well, I'm originally from the Southwest. I've lived on both the East and the West Coast. I've lived in the North. I didn't like it, but I lived there. But primarily, most of my life has either been in the Southwest or the Southeast. So I would say, yes, I've lived most of my life in the South.
Well, Southwest doesn't count.
I'm going to say yes, it does. Yes, it does, because the Southwest was part of the Confederacy as well.
Only Texas.
Nope. G-Webs lives in the Confederate capital of the Arizona Territory.
If you want to believe so, you go ahead.
History says so. You want to debunk history, go for it. But,
so we were not discussing the Civil War, nor are we refighting it.
No, we're not going to. Even though you know what, we're going to stop right there. So yes, most of the South, yes.
But we were talking about the way some people, accents in general.
Yeah.
And traditional Southern accents, in which there's many variations of it. But we all know a traditional Southern accent if you lived long enough. Just like a New Yorker or someone from Boston.
I mean, I hear a New York accent all the time. My father's from New York.
Or Boston, as us Midwesterners say. We don't say Boston.
Yeah, they tend to let that A come out.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. But...
I mean, as much as living in the South and being raised in the South, for the most part, I kind of wonder why my accent is just the plain generic American accent instead of like a Southern accent.
Well, it sounds very Midwestern, and G-Webs, although he spent a lot of times all over the place, has spent much of his formative years in the Midwest.
Night Strike, there was just something said out in the lobby I think you need to address, buddy. Guns for Girls just said that the only history that you really recognize is the ones you clear off your PC after watching porn and before your mom uses your computer. So,
well, Guns for Girls would know. He or she has been looking, haven't they?
Apparently. Yeah.
I mean, two can play that game, right?
Yeah, the John Z Project, you've got a link too, buddy, if you want to jump in here.
Oh, God.
Hey, look, I feel sorry for John. He's trapped in a communist hell called New York. So,
all right, if we're feeling sorry for John, I can get on board with that.
Well, I got a question. What do you mean by trapped? Is he in chains?
No, he's just in a situation where he can't readily leave at the moment.
And you know this to be true?
Oh yes,
that's what he said.
Okay. Yeah. No, I don't. No, I was asking Ellis.
Yes. So I'm sure you people are wondering what this whole name this show means at the the head of the show. What we're talking about. Well, I need to figure out a name for my Tuesday night show, the show that you are listening to at the moment. So that's going to be the topic for tonight. We're going to try to work this one out. We have come up with the conclusion that the Thursday night show shall be called the Shootout, which I think was great. So now we got to work on a name for the Tuesday night show. So I am willing to take suggestions.
Oh God, Flippy's saying things out there on the side.
Flippy's always saying something.
Yeah, and normally it's nothing good.
Well, it's Flippy. We overlook Flippy.
All right.
You just take Flippy for what it is, and you move on.
You sure we can't just hit the timeout button on him for a little while?
Hey, look, nobody ever hits the timeout button on you.
This is true, but I don't say anything that wrong like he does.
Who?
Let's see, if I was going to hit the timeout button on somebody, it'd be Midnight Range TM.
You're right. We should time that guy out.
He's a Travi that's getting a little too big for his britches.
Ooh, Scott P79 said two Teeth Tuesdays.
You're a funny bitch.
Or Too Early Tuesday.
Two Tooth. No, we're not going to call the show Two Tooth. I'm from the South. Remember, we were just discussing that. That would confuse me.
Well, actually, Ellis, technically you're not from the South.
Hey, hold on a minute.
No.
Hold on. I am from Southern West Virginia. That is South, brother.
Yes, and while your family did fight for the Confederacy, I'll give you that. But the fact is that technically, even though you're from West Virginia, you're technically not from the South because West Virginia broke off and joined the North.
You should do it, Ellis. It feels good to time out midnight. Yeah, I'm sure it does. But what's that old saying? You got to keep your friends close. And Rich White, West Virginia, particularly the part I'm from, is definitely South. Ask anybody that's from there. We do not appreciate those damn Yankees around there at all.
Well, you spawned Yankee Marshall, so I mean, come on.
Well, see, Yankee is from northern West Virginia. We don't claim that.
I think he's from the Charleston area.
Trust me, we consider that north.
But the funny thing is, my family's from the family that I had that came from West Virginia are from Wayne County. So two counties up from where you lived. So
I was in McDowell, so it's one of those situations where there are actually the most southern town in West Virginia is a place called War, WAR, and I didn't live too far from there.
So
it was an interesting experience growing up there.
I bet it was.
Do you know one of the major reasons that West Virginia split from Virginia at the time in 1861?
No, Dano, tell us with all your northern propaganda.
And it had to do with the topography of the land.
Oh, let's hear this. Educate us.
Virginia is a tobacco and cotton state.
Yep, West Virginia was timber and coal.
Correct. Which is not a cotton state. And cotton states is where they needed and used a lot of that paid for once, used for a lifetime labor.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see if we got any suggestions for the show names here. Far Filk? No.
Knives. Don't make me give you a timeout. Flippy hashtag Flippy matters. No. Pandas do not matter.
I think he just accidentally added that K in there. Far afield. No, not going to go with Farfield. That's.
You mean Fairfield?
Yeah. No, it was far afield. Far underscore a underscore field underscore. Speaking out with the outlaw. That ain't bad.
Wow, look at what Bruce said.
That's not bad. What? Who said?
Russ, the big boar.
What's that? Let's see.
I believe what Psycho Camp wrote there. Speaking out, that has an implication to it.
Yeah. I know. There's a lot of implications going on around here today.
like out of turn, or something to do with a room in the house, a very small room where you keep your goat.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, hey, RL. Wow.
There's no goats in West Virginia. Where do people get this thing? There's a lot of goats in West Virginia.
No goats in West Virginia. I've been through West Virginia. All I saw was empty land. That's it.
When it comes to hill and mountain country, goats are well suited for that type of environment.
You're right. They really are, but there's really not a whole lot of them there.
I mean, back in the days when people actually grew their own food. Rather than depend on industrial food production.
We're leaving the house at 11.
Ellis is currently getting taken to school by his sister.
That's not my sister. That is my housemate. And they don't wait till I say come in to open up my damn door. One of these days I'm going to be sitting here naked. It's going to be great.
That'll be funny.
Yeah, it would be hilarious.
Because the screams that we'll hear.
Well, hopefully I won't be on here when that happens.
It'd be funny if you were.
Yeah, well.
You're not talking about what I think you're talking about.
What?
They're joking is what we're doing.
Yes, they're definitely joking.
Emphasis on the joke.
Yeah.
All right, so what's going on out there in the chat?
My housemate isn't a dude. My housemate, there's a dude here, but that wasn't him.
All right. Knives says hashtag fuck you Night Strike. All right.
That'd be a great name for this show. Fuck you Night Strike. No, we won't go with that. No, we can't.
I thought we were calling it Here's the Thing.
No, we're not going to call this show Here's the Thing. That would be like calling your show The Man with the Blue Dress. It's the same principle. It's the same principle. You don't have a blue dress, and I'm trying to get away from that whole "here's the thing" but it's not working. It's just.
Dano, did you get a new computer?
Suggestion by Cycle Camp: come hang up your hat.
Yeah, I've seen that one too.
Dano, did you get a new computer, or are you on your cell phone?
No, actually, I went to the confessional this afternoon in the lobby chat where I confessed my dumbassery as to what I did this morning, and I had it on the wrong input setting, so there was nothing wrong with my computer.
Dano?
Yes?
You need more coffee in the morning.
But I did figure it out on my own. Of course, this is after I purchased a computer, had it set up in my house, and then later in the day returned it.
You went and returned it?
Yep.
All right. Good.
Well, see, you should have put it on eBay and made a profit off of it. Believe me, I try to make profits on everything I'm going to sell. Buy it for 50, sell it for 55. Damn it!
So, is that what explains your current financial success?
Oh yeah, exactly. It's buy low, sell high.
Mm-hmm.
Except I don't sell a whole hell of a lot. So
The Goat Keeper Show. Okay.
who
It's
said
being a
that?
little harsh.
Who said that?
As Trollmaster General, apparently.
Oh well, thank you, Trollmaster. That was very nice of you.
And Midnight Range said Southern Gangbang.
See, Midnight's a funny little bitch, isn't he?
Yeah, him and his faux hawk.
The
Yeah.
Troll Master General said this is the Goat Keeper Show.
Letter
Not the Goat Keeper Show. Thank you very much.
Cycle Camp says letters from my lower states. Wow.
We're getting some good shit out here now.
Now, Southern Man, that's all right. Southern Man Show.
Okay, Flippy, curb your roll. You're supposed to be, all Christian and born again, aren't you?
Russ Card, Hillbilly Orgy, the Goat Whisperer. Come on, guys. Certainly somebody out there has to have just a bit of an imagination without being a pervert. I know that's hard for some of you.
Yeah.
It's ingrained in your DNA to be a pervert.
And this goes back to our earlier discussion of accents.
Yes.
They're tying your accent with the word goat together.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, definitely.
I've got one.
Okay, let's hear it.
Horsing around.
No. You're getting as bad as these idiots in the chat here.
Okay, here's one that's not so bad. From the horse's mouth.
Ooh. Ooh.
Where do you see a horse?
It's a phrase about straight information.
Blue Dress Tuesdays. Well, see, Blue Dress Tuesdays would only apply to hit or miss, and that's later on tonight.
Yeah.
See, even Night Strike agrees with me.
Unfortunately. Knives, only chocolate matters. Ooh, I like that one. Southern Gunpowder.
Yeah.
Southern Gunpowder.
I do like that.
That's not actually bad, Midnight. I'm impressed.
He actually.
I would say worthy of writing on the short list.
It is.
Yeah, that one's definitely in the top 5. I need 4 more.
Wow, Gizzard Gary's even jabbing at you.
Yeah, I see this.
The not Chris Spector show. Oh, that's good.
Damn, Gary, and I thought you were the buddy. I thought you were the one guy that would, have my back in all this.
Well, see, there's that phrase again. You want to have your back or reach? Never mind.
Ooh. Midnight Range just went deep and dark.
So while these excellent suggestions are coming in,
yes.
Let me ask you, Alice. I'm sure you may have mentioned it, but I didn't hear what you said.
What's that?
Anything in some of the reports coming back from the gun show that if you had the money might interest you, whether it be someday far in the future or someday closer?
Just that Chris Vector that Ghost was nice enough to show off.
Yeah, you notice how he didn't tag you on Instagram with that.
No, he just made a whole video and saying, "Hey, Ellis, look what I shot that you didn't."
Be harsh.
Yeah. I can always depend on my friends to have my back.
Yeah, like
really?
Rich White.
With friends like these, I will never need enemies.
Psycho Camp saying, "I got your back Tuesdays."
That's not bad either.
Wow, Gizzard. Wow. Scott, that's just not nice.
It is what it is. These people are.
Look at what Trollmaster General said.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Chris Vector sucks, and Flippy does too.
Oh.
Difference is Flippy swallows.
Ooh.
You're welcome. I'm here all week.
Apparently.
See, Cycle Camp, that's actually another good one. Talking Guns Tuesday. The problem with that is we're not always talking guns on my show. We talk about everything. So that would be, you know.
So how about the Tuesday Man Show?
Yes, but eventually I'm hoping to get some women in here.
Ooh.
Not that I know any women that would actually want to join this rowdy bunch of individuals that I normally have running around in here, but you know.
I'm
sure Ellis is open to changing the name once he gets somebody.
Look, we're not going to put the real McCoy anywhere in with my Hatfield. That's just outside the law. Nah.
Oh, wait, isn't your mama McCoy?
Yes, actually she was.
So what's the problem?
Because I'm not a real McCoy. Well, actually, I guess I am part real McCoy, 50% real McCoy.
Yeah, you're at least half.
Yeah, at least. Topical Ointment Tuesday. Only from the Travi collection will you get things like this. A collective.
Oh, wait, I got it. Hatfield, the half McCoy.
No, no. No. No.
No? You don't like that one?
Hanging with Hatfield. Ladies and gentlemen, we have just got the name of this show.
I kind of like John's next one. Hatfields and Hooters.
Well,
we need women here for that.
Yeah, the only Hooters is around is yours and Night Strike at the moment, and I don't want to see either of your Hooters. Thank you. Just keep them to yourself.
Yeah.
Well, no offense, but you're not pretty enough, Ellis.
You're welcome. I think I actually really like that. Does this look infected? The Outfield show. Hanging with Hatfield. I like that, Cycle Camp. That's a damn good name. What you got?
I will be right back.
I got another one.
Okay, let's hear it.
The Outhouse.
Do me a favor, Night Strike. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to go get a hammer.
No.
Now hold on, let me finish. This is gonna get good.
The answer's still no.
I need you to go get a hammer. I need you to place your fingers on the hardest surface you can find. Right? I need you to take said hammer, and I don't want a small hammer. I want a 15-pound sledge. And I want you to lift this 15-pound sledge up about 10 inches from your hand, and then I want you to drop said hammer onto said hand.
That's too much work.
Yes, but it'll give you something to think about.
No thanks. You first.
Cycle, I appreciate that. Cycle says he's really trying to keep it real. It's hard when you're it's hard being intelligent, Cycle Camp, when you're in a sea of Travi and whatever else is running around in there where you're at.
Travi and strikes.
There's a strike in there other than you?
No, I just want to be important.
Roses are red, violets are blue. This card was expensive. Take off your clothes. Flippy, buddy, you need help. So we're just gonna.
Shit, I've been saying that since day one when he got here.
Yeah, well, Flippy needs some. If we have any psychologists, psychiatrists in the room, talk to Flippy. He needs some guidance. I think guidance counselor. There you go.
Need more than just that.
Send him some self-help books. He needs all those he can get. You know, I actually sent Smeggy an invite here too, Night Strike. I thought you'd like to see your friend. your buddy, your pal.
Mm-hmm.
And he never bothered to show up. I guess he figured you'd be here. And one show a night with you is enough.
Wow, harsh.
Yeah, well, you know, I didn't say it.
Uh-huh, sure.
I mean, no, hanging south with Hatfield. Not bad, John. But I like hanging with the Outlaw. I like that. Hanging with Hatfield, hanging with Outlaw. That's pretty good. I think Sacco hit the nail on the head with that one. Outlaw, Hatfield, and Outlaw. And now Flippy's wanting somebody to bring him flowers. You see, this is how these shows go completely lopsided. You got guys like Flippy who just lost all grip of reality. You know, I guess we need to work on that with him. Darth Ellis. No, there's not going to be a Darth Ellis on the ranch with the Outlaw. Oh, I would love that, except there's no ranch. Happy Harry Hand Hatfield. Scott? No. Keep a grip of the Outlaw Hatfield. Some of these are good. Ask a mountaineer. You know, Gizzard, that is not bad. That's not bad either. But I think that we are going to go with hanging with Hatfield or hanging with the Outlaw. Either or, it will be a good one. In fact, you know, Cycle Camp, tell you what I'm going to do, buddy. Are you over on the Gun Channel side at the moment? I'm going to send you a link. Because, no, I don't see you. But I can't do this. Where there is a will, there is always a way. Cycle Camp, I just sent you a link over on the Gun Channel side if you'd like to jump in here. Yeah, I could call it On the Run with the Outlaw instead of On the Ranch.
Outlaw on the Run. I mean, Sean's not here, so we can't call it the Hatfields and McCoys.
You know, I actually thought about that, doing a show with Sean, and that's what we'd call it. But I'm not too sure how Sean would feel about being called a McCoy when, you know, his whole Ponnery thing.
Yeah, I don't know how you two would be able to handle it. Just the fact of you two being in the same room.
Oh, we get along fine. Yeah. You know what? I was about to say, here's the thing. Did you catch that?
I did.
I was about to do it.
I may or may not have baited you into it.
You may or may not have done that. Yes. Outlaw hootenanigans. Oh Lord. You know what? John Z, that's not bad, buddy. Send in the Hatfields. No, you don't want to send in the Hatfields. Sending in the Hatfields is never a good thing there, Troll. Trust me on that. It always ends bad.
For somebody else.
Let's see. Okay.
Cycle Camp's here.
Fluffy email inbound. Who are you sending fluffy emails to there, RL? There's something you need to tell the rest of the class?
Get off the chest.
The good, the bad, and the ugly. I think that name's already taken, Russ. And welcome to Cycle Camp. How you doing, Cycle?
I'm hoping he can get us something onto a subject in addition to naming your show.
Well, I think we've already came up with the name of the show. Cycle Camp came up with Hanging with the Outlaw, and I like that. I think that's what we're going to go with. So,
okay.
Thank you, Cycle, for that.
You're welcome.
How you doing, buddy?
I got too many screens open, and I'm hearing you like 12 times. Wait a minute, let me shut one of these off.
Then you are blessed if you're hearing this sexy voice that many times over.
Oh, there you go. I haven't had the flu yet this year, so
blessed or cursed, more like it.
No, he's blessed. I've got like
unlike everybody else in the world, I get the notifications within a minute or two of a show starting. So that's how I knew to jump over. So onto the YouTube side.
I happen to have about the 5,000th. I used to be able to say that word. 5,000th. There we go. Sexiest voice on YouTube.
Well, you know, the show has been going Cycle Camp for 45 minutes, so I don't know about that minute or two.
And
but I've been on the YouTube side the whole time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was one of the. I think you was there waiting for the show to start, wasn't you?
No, I didn't go on until after you were already rolling.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering about that.
But not more than a minute or two.
So, Cycle, did you go to Las Vegas? Was you there?
Oh, no.
You didn't make that trip?
I guess I'm kind of anti-shot. But not for any, not for any bad reasons. It's just that, you can't buy guns there.
Right.
And they don't sell a lot of product.
New stuff.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm too old and feeble to walk around carrying the cameras for the two guys. If I thought my legs could take it, I might do it, but
now, did I not hear them talking yesterday with you about you buying a new gun of some sort?
Well, I buy guns all the time.
Oh. Well, what's your latest acquisition?
The very latest one was 1891 Carcano long rifle.
Wow! Did you have you had a chance to fire it yet?
No, in fact I just put a video up. I had to make my own top handguard for it because it didn't come with one.
So were the French still using that in the beginning of World War II?
Carcano's Italian.
Oh, it's Italian. I'm sorry. Yeah.
The gun that shot Kennedy.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's not the gun that shot Kennedy. The one that shot Kennedy was a carbine that was much later. A 38, I think.
No, if you had the one that shot Kennedy, you'd have some money there.
Nah, I wouldn't want that one. That's
of course not.
That's sad. Yeah.
But
I actually have two Carcanos. I have an 1891 and I have a 1941, which are the two ends of that particular series. But I can't use the 41 because the bottom stock is all screwed up.
What's the name of the one the French used? Had most of in World War II.
Betterly? I don't know. Oh, the Berthier. The Berthier.
Okay.
I have a Berthier too. That's the one I'm having a custom stock made for in France.
Wow.
Yeah, I was looking around to try to find it's a 1915 Berthier that's been converted to whatever the hell the other model of the Berthier was that had the larger capacity, and and it was sports dries, and it was a nice job. They did a very nice job sports drying it, but I don't like sports dries guns that much. So I was trying to find furniture for it, and I happened to come across this place in France that makes them. They like have the original blanks, and you call them, you talk to them, and they find out. They also find out what the serial numbers and lettering markings that are on your stock, and they'll recreate that for you. So it's still, because mine's all matching. But it's kind of pricey, but I paid nothing for the gun. A friend of mine in my gun club said, "Hey, I have this gun and I don't know what it is. I paid $25 for it. Give me $25 and it's yours." So that's what I ended up doing. It was missing a couple other small metal pieces, but I already got all of those. So that one's ready to go. So in maybe another month or two, I'll have the new furniture, and I can start putting it together like a real gun.
You know what you ought to do is make videos of the process of putting that thing back together.
That's what I do.
Well, I know you did it with that Hatfield because I was there when you was making or was planning on making the video for it. I was talking.
Yep. And I just got the last part for my rolling block.
Oh, hey Ellis, did you see out on the Gun Channel side that Patrick said, if it's not too late for a name, Gunslingers Roundtable?
Patrick, that's another good name, buddy.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Put that on the short list.
Yeah, I like that. Well, wasn't it Patrick that came up with the name for the other show?
I think it was.
No, I think it was. I think it was. And
I have a cycle camp question here. Do you think that you're gonna go to the Wanamaker show in April?
Oh, absolutely. That's why I'm the one that scheduled the thing tomorrow at 6 to talk about getting a house.
Oh, I didn't see it. Is that on the main page?
It's in the event.
Okay, I'll.
I just got to get someone to sponsor the chat, and I'm talking to oh god, my brain just farted on me. Hold on a minute. Tactical, Ghost Tactical. So we're gonna talk later tonight and try to get him to. We're actually a little bit late, but I thought that would be plenty of time. And I went back to my websites where I had a bunch of houses, potential houses set up, and
right.
They're all gone. So it'd be a little tougher, but we found a couple more that look pretty good. My understanding is a bunch of guys did that at Las Vegas, and so they have kind of pros and cons.
Right.
So that'll be good too. I apologize for the phone ringing in the background, but it's a bullshit call, so I'm not answering it.
Oh, that's okay. So tomorrow, 6 o'clock.
Yeah, tomorrow, 6 o'clock Eastern. Yeah.
To 6 Eastern. Adjust to your own time zone if you want to check it out.
Yeah. Once we get a URL for the chat, I will put it in the event.
Oh, so somebody with admin privileges.
Ah.
Well, like I said, I've already asked Ghost if he would help me with that. So he's gonna.
Ghost doesn't have admin privileges. He has moderator privileges, maybe.
Yeah, but he can start chats, and he can start
so
what do you call it? Just hangouts.
Yeah. So
Dano, are you volunteering?
No, I just want to make sure that because I think there's a general misunderstanding out there of what it takes to start a chat over on gun channels and what level of permissions or whatever you need to be able to do that.
Yeah,
and,
I don't have a channel on gun channels either. So, but this
would
just be the Google hangout. This isn't open to the world. This is just for the people that want to talk seriously about the house and spending real money and what days are going to show up.
Yeah, I mean, well, whether you keep it private or go public, the process is the same. You use the avenue that you're using now, and you simply embed the code for that over. You can put it in a lobby and say, this is a private chat for those going to Wanamaker to talk about lodging or whatever. You don't have to have a specific channel just about Wanamaker.
And also,
I understand.
On YouTube either.
I mean, but otherwise, I wouldn't wait just because you don't have a channel name for it.
No, I didn't need a channel name. I'm just too lazy to set up the hangout. And if I paste it in the lobby, then anybody that goes to the lobby can try to jump in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you just send out the links to private messages. Like,
And so
that's
for those that
But that's cool. I don't have a real problem with that.
so for those that are going and those that are planning on going who may not have been there when you were there, since it is a semi-private affair, should they contact you or?
No, like I said, we'll stick the URL in the event. And so if you're interested in actually sharing a house, then check the event, and that's when we'll put the URL in there.
Boy, long way around the barn for you, huh?
Yeah, and I don't really have a big problem putting it in the lobby, because if you put it in the lobby, most people will ignore it if they're not interested anyway. But
people who aren't interested in talking about this subject will be whoever is the host of the chat will say either stick to the topic or get out.
Yeah, and I don't mind. I don't mind people in the chat, but as far as moderators, as hosts is concerned, the 10 slots in the host thing ought to be reserved for the people that are really doing the work and going to really spend the money.
Absolutely.
And I figure we probably won't have more than 10 people in the house, so that's not a problem.
It's up to the host to do their duties and not slack off, and unfortunately, that does sometimes happen. Things get out of control.
Just slightly, you mean?
I mean, I was here at the beginning. Some of you have been here for a little while. Some of you are, relatively speaking, new. But yeah, at the beginning, we ejected people from chats.
I've done that once or twice.
I mean, it doesn't have to be done often to realize that people are serious. Especially if it's a topic chat and it's not just a lobby, because that's where there is kind of a line drawn. And if it is a topic and the host wants to keep it on a certain thing, he is, for a lack of a better term, the boss of that conversation.
Arbiter is a good word.
Yeah.
He's the arbiter of what happens during his chat.
Right.
Well, I am planning on getting out there to Tulsa. I've got that in the plans. If the funds come in, I've actually started a GoFundMe to get the funds to go, because, my work has just cut my hours back to 3 days a week because it's slow season. And that means saving money is going to be that much harder. So I actually, like I said, started GoFundMe for that. So we're going to see how that goes.
Yep. Well, John C. and my brother and I are driving down, and we want to come down a little early. So what we need to find out is when people are planning on coming and when they plan on leaving, and because that would make a difference as to how early we show up. We might actually get a hotel room for the first couple days. I'm thinking of getting in like Wednesday night, so I have all day Thursday, all day Friday to do Jeff Davis and maybe do a little shooting at the range.
Well, see, that was my plan. If I go, I'll probably end up taking a plane to Tulsa.
Yeah, that's what I did last year.
Or maybe Amtrak, one or the other, and leave a day or so early. That way I'll have plenty of time to get there, get rested up for the...
I've looked at Amtrak. I couldn't find an Amtrak to Tulsa, but I could find a plane. But you have to stop over in DFW. First.
I ain't worried about no stops. I mean, ain't a really big deal. I mean, it ain't like I'm packing a whole lot of stuff anyway. It's a 2-day trip. That does not require 3 suitcases and a carry-on.
But it does require deodorant.
Yeah, definitely require
lots
of deodorant. And I'll tell you, the only trouble with trains and buses, you can't carry guns.
Well, same thing on a plane. You can't carry it. Well, you can.
Oh yeah, you can on a plane.
You can't carry it onto the plane, but you can put it in a box and have them put it in the cargo area.
Yeah, I brought all my guns home on the plane, and I had my carry piece with me on the plane also.
Well, see, I'm not really thinking about buying anything while I'm there. I'm just basically interested in getting to meet up with people and maybe line up some of the interviews for my shows.
Yep.
That's my whole goal. To me, it's going to be a sort of a 3 or 4 day working vacation.
Yeah, and my plan, just like I did last time, was I plan on sleeping Sunday night. I don't plan on trying to drive home Sunday night after the show. I plan on getting a good night's sleep and then leaving in the morning. And so I would be available, first thing Monday morning if anybody needed to go run to the post office or hit a gun dealer for a transfer or that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what I did. Is I actually left the day after.
Yeah, in fact, I left kind of in the afternoon, like around 2-ish or 3-ish. And I remember this is when Daily Gun Show was still at noontime. And I remember us doing the thing in the parking lot with G in the parking lot.
And then them asking you about it.
Yeah, that was cool. That was a lot of fun.
Hopefully, if we all get there, nobody will have automotive problems this time around.
Well, I'm looking forward to the automotive problem. My van has 175,000 miles on it, but I've taken it to Arkansas before, so I figured I'll take another shot at it.
But
I got a quick question here. Another back to gun channels and the Wanamaker Tulsa Arms Show. As I'm looking at the event page now, and it does not say anything in regards to having a chat about a place to stay on there.
It does. It's set for tomorrow at 6. See, you're probably having the same problem with gun channels that I am. I cannot see lots of other stuff on the calendar for some reason.
Well, I may be looking at. I looked at upcoming events.
Yeah. Well, in the calendar, right? Hold on a minute. Let me jump out there.
I went on the main page, and then on the main page under upcoming events.
On the main page under resources.
Oh, there it is. Okay, there's 2 of them.
Firearms calendar.
There's one called Setup for Tulsa, and there's another one further down called Wanamaker Tulsa Arms Show.
Well, one's the show. Yeah, Setup Tulsa House Plan. That's the one I'm talking about.
Okay, gotcha. I didn't see that first one.
And I can't see any of that other stuff. I can't see. I know there's an entry for Pennsylvania for the start of this coming week. I can't see that one either. I can't figure out why I can't see any of these.
Well, so far it looks like the only 3 attending is Tardot, USACO, and GWIBs.
So, yeah.
Now,
So I see.
Are you planning on going to Tulsa?
I want to, but certain circumstances currently, I may not be able to either. I haven't started a GoFundMe. I'm gonna probably do an Indiegogo. That way, there are patches and stickers and stuff, maybe even T-shirts involved, so people get actually something tangible to make it worthwhile a campaign. But I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it.
Well, see here, I don't. Like I said, I started that whole GoFundMe thing, and so far I have 0 donations. So yeah, I don't have high hopes at this point. So, if funds arrive, I will be going. If they don't, then I won't. It's that simple.
So just for the clarity of the people in the chat, because I see a few people saying, "Hey, what the hell does this have to do with naming the show?" You're pretty much done naming the show, right?
Oh yeah, well, we got that one covered.
Okay,
we took care of the whole gun name thing, guys.
So we moved on. If you guys want to still have fun with the names, go right ahead.
Yeah, we've taken care of that. We awarded Cycle Camp as the winner. He came up with the name for the show. It's going to be Hanging with the Outlaw. So, and I think
there needs to be an S on the end of that.
Hanging with the Outlaws.
Yeah.
Well, we can do that too.
Oh, I thought he meant hangings with the outlaw. I'm sorry, I was confused.
No. I meant just at the end of outlaw.
Oh.
Not at the end of hanging, because we don't want to give any, misconceptions or confusions out there.
Yeah, we'd hate for people to jump on the channel thinking they're going to see somebody get hung.
Rich said Ghost is about to strike. Ghost strike. Oh man.
Hey, and I'll tell you what, that actually works the other way too. You could do the night ghost thing, and that would be kind of cool too.
Night Tactical.
Yep. Night Tactical, Ghost Strike, Night Ghost, Ghost Night. I mean, they all work.
Hey, wait a minute. Are we gonna get a Trey/Night Strike show going here?
Yeah, I jump into his Tuesday shows every now and then. It's not like it's unheard of.
Well, no, it's not unheard of. I mean,
I can't always stay because I have to go start hit or miss that too long because they just time constrictions and whatnot.
I think no, not the David Carradine style there, Trevor.
We're not doing kung fu here.
No. So, he's talking about hanging like David Carradine. No.
Come on, that's not nice.
That's. And we're not talking about getting married either. No, we're trying to avoid that whole thing completely.
I mean, Ellis isn't pretty enough.
You see what I have to deal with? Do you see what I'm putting up with in here?
Plus the factor he's family. I ain't gonna marry family.
Maybe you better change it to Hanging with the Outliers.
No. I don't need all of this abuse on my own show, guys.
It might be. We may need to name it "Hanging with the Outcasts."
Well, we are definitely that. Well, basically, here's the thing, though, and yes, I did say it, and this time I ain't worried about it.
It's proper context this time.
If you are a member of the firearms community or a 2A supporter, you're already an outcast.
Yeah.
So that would pretty much include every one of us listening to this show right now.
Oh, I was just getting used to being a deplorable.
You're a deplorable outcast.
Oh.
Wow. Russ Card, the big boy, just said, at Night Ghost Tactical Strike. Ghost is like, oh Lord.
I think Ghost would be in on that. I think he would like to do a show with you, Night Strike.
He jumps in on hit or miss all the time too, so it's not like
Yeah,
See, that'll be the show in 20 or 25 years when Night Strike's kids marry Ghost Tactical's kids.
See, that's going to give me a headache just thinking about it.
No, not at all.
Are you trying to give poor Ghost a coronary, like right here on the spot?
Yeah, no, leave Ghost alone.
Later, Ghost.
Later, Ghost.
Take care, all. Got to run. Got to get ready for the show. Yeah.
Oh, Gary, come on, man. Come on. Gary just said...
Not now, Ghost Field.
Yeah.
I would have gone with Field Ghost, actually, but that's okay.
Night Outfield Ghost.
Night Out. No, that ain't a bad name if you don't want to change yours, Night Strike.
What?
Night Out. Night Out with Night Strike.
Nighty night.
Yeah, hit or miss gives a
What's more accurate?
Well, it is more accurate.
But before we were there, before me and Smeggy started doing hit or miss, there weren't a lot of there were a couple shows and podcasts and whatnot for guns, but no one had used hit or miss yet as far as we knew. So we just decided, you know what, that's perfect for our chats, considering whether we stay on or off topic. So that's how we got hit or miss. And at least we stayed true to the show.
Cool. Ghost has got awesome guests tonight. Oh my god! I can tell he must, because there's no invite for me in there.
Ooh, snap!
No. Well, so far I haven't got one yet either. But
after this evening, yeah, I wouldn't give you a link either.
Oh, thanks. So I'm not going to get one for hit or miss either. Okay, guys.
No. I wasn't talking to you, no, so I was talking to Cycle Camp.
Oh well, Cycle, you're welcome on my show anytime, buddy.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I got you.
As you see, I'm not a big attendee. If it's a topic I think I can add something to, I come in. But if it's not, I don't worry about it.
Well, you know, it's most of the guys on gun channels, and I want to do a later on this year. I want to do a show. I'm probably going to make it like a one-off somewhere during the week where I get everybody that's been on the show so far in on a single chat. You know, some people might have to come in, step for a few minutes, then leave, and somebody else take their place. But I want to get everybody that's been on the show to come in, just say hi, and maybe critique. If you have any ideas of how to make the show better or worse, or tell me just to cancel it altogether. Just stay off the air, dude, because your show's awful. Well, thank you for your support. Ellis Cheese Pizza Time Theater. I could use some pizza right now. That sounds good. And free beer and chicken. If you're going to get free beer and chicken, you got to go to Night Strike's place. That's where all the beer and chicken is.
Says who?
He loves beer and chicken.
Well, I'm not really that big a fan of beer, actually.
Well, then there's something just wrong with you.
No, I'm just... No, there's not something wrong with me. I prefer Kentucky bourbon more.
And if you're going to talk about that, I do have to make a comment about a certain food product that's been making the rounds on all the chats with people saying how much they love it. It must have lost something in translation over the Northeast border, because that stuff tastes like crap up here.
Huh. You're talking about those fries from Taco Bell?
Yep. The fries are they're not dropping them properly. They're not crunchy or nothing, and the sauce is okay, but the fries themselves are nothing. We don't find them anything to dance over here.
Well,
it's like that. It's like that Crocodile Dundee thing. You tastes like shit, but I guess you could live on it.
I haven't tried them yet, but I guess I'm gonna have to give it a go. Probably.
Yeah, make sure you have them fresh. I think that's the most important thing. I had a bit of a ride home before I got home, and I'm wondering if that's what caused the real problem.
Yeah, probably got a little.
iPod Tuesday. That is funny, Scott. Jeez.
Well, I will give one a go eventually. Let's see. Beer battered chicken with buffalo sauce. That sounds pretty damn good. That does sound pretty good. Holy crap. Man, somebody just sent me a picture of my mom, my grandfather, me, my cousin, and my little brother. And I remember when this picture was taken. This is wild.
Family sent it to you?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah, well,
it's always nice to get those kind of mails or emails or letters or whatnot.
Wow. This picture had to have been taken in I don't know, 82?
A year before I was born.
Yeah, shut up. You're still wet behind the ears.
That is 1 year pre-Night Strike.
Well, at least somebody is a big fan of my show. I appreciate that. Guns for Girls. See? This is a lady with taste.
Are we sure it's a lady?
I don't know. Why don't you ask her, Night Strike?
I'm just asking because I don't know myself.
Uh-huh. Anyway, folks, we have ran this thing into the ground. I'm going to end it. We've been going for a little over an hour now, so from this point on, this Tuesday night show shall be known as Hanging with the Outlaw. So we've got that accomplished. And Cycle Camp, I appreciate you for that.
You're welcome.
Hey, buddy, that was pretty good. I mean, that was I got
that was pretty good.
Yeah, I got Patrick to thank for the Thursday night show. The Thursday night show is going to be called Shooting with the Outlaw. So we got that taken care of, and the Tuesday night show shall be Hanging with the Outlaw. So we got both those shows taken care of, and I appreciate all your suggestions that you guys threw out there. So, if you guys come up with any show ideas, shoot me an email. Any topics you'd like us to hit, run across, discuss. I'm going to type my email address out here in the lobby. So anything you want to.
John is still listing them off. The Outlaw Objective.
The Outlaw Objective. I have no objective.
The subjective. The subjective outlaw.
There, I just posted my email address out there on the YouTube side, and I'm gonna put it out. Well, guys on Gun Channels probably already has it.
Air for spam.
So, any show ideas you come up with, send me an email. Let me know about it. I will look it over, and we will work something out on it. And if you have anybody, yes, that is my email address. Anybody you want me to try to get on to do an interview with, just send me an email, let me know about it. So I will be back here on Thursday. Don't forget, Night Strike show's coming up, Tactical Tuesday. Night Strike, or Ghost of show's coming up, Tactical Tuesday, and Hit or Miss is coming up later on tonight. Night Strike, anything to say?
Yeah, we're going to be talking about, hold on, I actually have a list of topics this evening. I know, it's crazy.
Yeah, that is weird. Who does that?
I've actually got a structured show this evening. We're going to talk about CCW calibers. We're going to talk about 1911s. We're going to be talking about California because they're up in the news again. And then it's, whoever has a topic to bring.
Okay, how about this? Concealed carry calibers, anything from 380 up to 41 Magnum, 44 Magnum is adequate. It's good. Anything below 380, I would be taking a second look at.
That's what we're going to discuss. So, bring it, Ellis. You're invited.
I just cleared up the whole thing for you.
No. You didn't clear up anything. We're going to go a little in depth, okay?
Oh. So you want to get an actual discussion in on this?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well,
it's a good topic, though.
Well, it is a good topic. It's never a bad topic.
And Guns for Girls, I'm going to my CCW course tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.
Yeah, that's what you said a couple months ago.
Yeah, well, I've got actual documentation to prove it, so shut up, Bill.
Poor Night Strike. Dano, you got anything to throw out there, buddy? Earth to Dano.
Dano, you still alive?
Well, it's 7:04. He said he'd be right back.
Dano's dead.
We've lost Dano. Okay, then. Cycle Camp, you got anything to plug, my friend?
Nope. I'll be putting up another video with the reassembly of my 1902 Remington rolling block number 5 in another couple of days.
Real quick before you take off, Cycle, what else you got planning on buying here coming up anytime soon?
I'm making my list for the Tulsa trip.
Oh, wow. See, I really hope I'm there so I can look at you and get jealous. Damn it, I want one of those.
Yep. That's why I'm bringing the van.
Yeah, smart guy.
And I'm also hoping that I get my CNR license before then.
Well, I thought you already had that.
No, I applied for it, but it hadn't come yet.
Oh, how long will it take for it to actually get in your hands?
Some people say it's about 4 weeks, but they cashed my check or they debited my credit card, I think, on the 10th. So, it's already been, Yeah, 20 days. Well, I guess I'm still waiting.
So what's the process you have to go through to get one of those CNR licenses?
Oh, it's nothing. You pull a form from the internet and you fill it out. You don't have to do fingerprints or pictures or nothing. It's $30. And the only unusual thing about it is you have to give a copy to your local chief law enforcement office when you make the application.
So basically, just photocopy one of them, or
well, no, there's a section for the
okay.
for the law enforcement officer. There's a section for the ATF guys or whoever, and then there's a section for the law enforcement officer, and there's a section for you.
Troll Master General is asking out there what a CNR license is. It's a license for an FFL for someone who collects guns made before 1959.
No, it's 50 years old. It's a sliding scale.
Okay, sliding scale.
So now you can get them up to the 60s.
Any firearm that's older than that is 50 years old or older is a C in Arsenal, Curio, and Relic.
And if I'm not mistaken, now that it's up to the 60s, that would include some earlier model M16s, wouldn't it?
This is true if I could have them in Connecticut.
Well,
oh well.
And you can have pre-banned ones in Connecticut.
Now, do you still have to go to a regular FFL to pick those up, or they're delivered to your house, or
what? With a CNR, if you can buy a CNR and they can mail it right to your house.
There you go.
Even if
you can be out of state and you can buy a handgun.
Ooh, nice.
And bring it back to your house. So it's a lot of really cool stuff.
Yep. Yes, like I said, I hope I'm at Tulsa so I can look at you and be jealous when you purchase these things.
Well, I probably won't find what I'm looking for. But
what exactly are you planning on looking for?
Oh, my list is upstairs, but some of the things on it is a 1941 Johnson semi-automatic, but those are about $2,000, so I'm not terribly interested in finding one of those. I would like a Nambu pistol. I would like a French model. I think it's 38.
Don't
the
shoot
bolt
the
action
Nambu.
French gun. Yeah, I remember you telling me that, and I confirmed that on the internet too.
Those things are death traps. Even the soldiers didn't want them, and they were issued them.
Yeah, I'm also interested. I don't have a top break pistol, and I don't have a pistol of English extraction. So I'm looking at I'm looking for a Webley Model 5 or Model 6.
Them things look weird.
A couple other things. But I don't remember what they are.
Webleys were just weird looking guns. Maybe it's just me, but they're
chunky little guys.
They didn't look like the American revolvers, and I guess that's
no.
It's my problem with them. They just didn't look like those. They didn't have the same lines as the Peacemakers or the Remingtons at the time.
Yeah. And a new thing that I just got interested in, because I collect actions, I'm interested in maybe getting a falling block action or a drop block action, and maybe a tilting action as well. So, but those they would have to be very inexpensive, and I don't care about shooting them that much guns. Single shots.
Okay, well,
if I could get a falling block 4570, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I bet it would. That would be awesome, and I wouldn't mind having one of those. Actually, I wouldn't mind having a 4590.
Caliber, you mean?
Yeah, 4590 caliber. That would be sweet. That would be wonderful. Anyway, guys, we're going to cut this one off. Y'all have a good day, and like I said, if you come up with any show ideas or anybody would like me to try to get in here to interview, you've got my email address. Just send me the information and I will see what I can do. Until Thursday, ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a good day and stay safe.
Great. Thank you.
Not being infringed.